In case you don't know it, Dan Mohler is the guy who taught Todd White most of the stuff he teaches. It's the same doctrine. Even the phrases, gestures, and mannerisms of Dan Mohler have been duplicated by Todd White.
Jesus said, "You faithless and perverse generation, twisted-minded people, you're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe. How long shall I bear with you, be with you? Bring the boy to me."
Now let's see the actual Bible passage on top of Dan's version of it.
Jesus said, "You faithless and perverse generation, twisted-minded people, you're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe. How long shall I bear with you, be with you? Bring the boy to me." Jesus said, "You faithless and perverse generation, twisted-minded people, you're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe. How long shall I bear with you, be with you? Bring the boy to me." Jesus said, "You faithless and perverse generation, twisted-minded people, you're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe. How long shall I bear with you, be with you? Bring the boy to me."
Dan Mohler just added his own words to the words of Jesus. "You're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe" is not in the Bible, but Dan Mohler doesn't care. Here it is one more time.
Jesus said, "You faithless and perverse generation, twisted-minded people, you're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith and ability to believe. How long shall I bear with you, be with you? Bring the boy to me."
The reason why I brought this one in is because this is exactly what I showed. Todd just preached this same thing on April 13th of this year. In the live stream we did Thursday night, he told the people to stop using their mind. That is a cult tactic to break people off from using their critical thinking. This is indoctrination. This is indoctrination to deception.
Why did he say that? "I'm not going to be here long. I'm about to be crucified and go to the Father. I'm handing you the baton of the New Covenant, New Testament church. You got to get this. Let me show you one more time."
Except Jesus didn't say all of those things.
Boom, he heals the boy. They come to him privately and say, "Lord, why couldn't we do that?" That's a straight up question. He said, "Because of your unbelief." He didn't say, "Because you ain't got no faith." There's a difference. He didn't say, "Because you ain't got no faith."
He didn't say, "Because you ain't got no faith." He didn't say, "Because you ain't got no faith."
He said, "Because of your unbelief." And when you study it out, it means because of what you fail to see.
Most versions of this Bible verse that he didn't read use the words little faith. Because you have so little faith, NIV. Because of your little faith, ESV. Because of the littleness of your faith, NASB.
He didn't say, "Because you ain't got no faith."
When Dan uses that negative, nagging tone of voice and says, "Because you ain't got no faith," it helps to create a straw man that's very easy to knock down. But the phrase little faith and the word unbelief are interchangeable in this verse. Dan is just making stuff up. Here are some screenshots from BibleHub.com about the Greek word that Dan says does not mean little faith.
It goes back to corrupted thinking, twisted-minded, perverse generation.
He's talking so fast that it's difficult to process and carefully consider what he's saying. On top of that, he isn't reading the Bible, he's just making up his own version of it, and nobody is checking to see if it's correct.
Come on. The boy is in a serious epilepsy fit. That's a violent visual seizure. He's locked up. And when they're praying, he's seizing. And their minds are spinning. Why is he still seizing? Why isn't he healed yet? Man, if Jesus was here, he'd be healed by now. I wonder what we're doing. But they keep praying, but everything they're praying from is through what's not happening. And he said, "Perverse generation, it's causing unbelief. Bring the boy to me." Whoa. Jesus, why couldn't we do that? Because of what you fail to see, because of what you fail to see, because of what you fail to see. But truly, I tell you this. It's Matthew 17. If you have faith as a mustard seed, you'll say to the mountain, "Move," and the mountain will. And nothing shall be impossible for you. You find me a limit for that. Because there is none. We make the limits. We write analogies when the book's already written. Let me interpret it the way it defines. We write analogies when the book's already written. Let me interpret it the way it defines.
I have no idea what that means.
So Jason just lost a good friend to cancer. He's weeping on his bed and he's saying, Jesus, I love you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at the gospel. I know the gospel's true and I want to grow into you. I just ask you to come and father me, comfort my heart. Man, I love that guy. I just know if you'd have touched him, he'd have got up out of that bed and there's a place for me to touch him and see that fruit. I'm just not seeing it like I want to. And I just need you to come and minister to me and speak to me, Lord. And all of a sudden, Jesus just shows up beside his bed. And he just looks and he says, Jason, and he says, Lord, why couldn't I do that? He said, Jason, it's just what you're failing to see. But truly, Jason, I tell you this. If you see what I see, you will do what I do. And Jason, there ain't nothing going to be impossible for you.
Canadian actor Eric Peterson, he's Oscar on Corner Gas, says everything sounds serious when you whisper it.
There ain't nothing going to be impossible for you.
That's why you keep looking.
We tried. We failed. We moved on.
Should put that on the crest.
This isn't how anyone actually speaks. If somebody talked this way in real life, people would say, speak up, or you sound weird, man. It may have begun with Batman.
Going to be impossible for you. However, this kind, is he talking about the epilepsy? He just gave him an unhinged promise. Nothing shall be fine. He's not saying, oh. He's not retracking, oh. Wait, this spirit, he's difficult. He's a bugger. He's not saying that. He's saying, however, this kind. What's he talking about? Unbelief. He's talking about wrong thinking. He's talking about self-consciousness. He's talking about wrong thinking. He's talking about self-consciousness. Be honest with me. Be real honest. Who's ever prayed for the sick and you got very self-conscious right away and thought about what you were going to pray and your mind was already spinning, hoping something happened because you felt like you were even on the spot and very self-conscious, right in the act of praying? Look around, people. Pretty common response. It's probably what he's addressing in Matthew 17. And then we think because we prayed the right thing, should have got the right results, and then we interpret the will of God through the lack of results or the results, instead of the will of God through Jesus' life.
Dan believes we should heal every single person because that's what Jesus did. But first you need to listen to him explain it for a couple hundred more hours.
It's a whole nother sermon, but are you with me? See how we just throw all these little tidbits out there? But I don't even have a clue.
Yep, Dan Mohler doesn't have a clue. He is teaching the latest version of basically word of faith theology, and he's making great claims while he's mostly just making speeches, lots and lots of speeches, just like his more famous and successful student, Todd White. This has been another Messed Up Church production. Please check out all the content on this YouTube channel as well as our website, as well as the website and YouTube channel of Fighting for the Faith. I give you permission to think with your mind, read your Bible, go to church. Thanks so much for watching.
You're thinking with your mind and it's corrupting your faith. But I don't even have a clue.